Hello and welcome to another indie game review video here for the Sanitarium.FM. I'm the Predicted Cyborg and we are reviewing a little game called OneShot today. This was developed by Studio Little Cat Feet and published by Dejika. Don't know if I've actually published that studio name right, so if I haven't I do apologise. OneShot is a little adventure point and click game in which you play as a cat child. I say cat child, he's kind of an anthropomorphic cat-like figure, but definitely a child, who wakes up in this rather strange world with this rather giant light bulb that you acquire through the first level. You start off in these 30 rooms and you've got to try and work out how to unlock the door and get out of there, and so on and so forth, until eventually you go and pick up this giant light bulb, and then you go into this world and find out that this world has slowly been dying for years because its sun went out, but there was some sort of legend that somebody would arrive with the world's new sun. That happens to be this cat child, and this light bulb that you are carrying around happens to be this world's new sun. And now your task is basically to guide said cat child to the place where the new sun needs to go and save the world. And along the way you'll meet a whole bunch of people who are in varying states of suffering or maybe struggling because the world's sun died out a long while ago, and weird things have begun happening. Strangely enough, in a way, you as the player, you're also part of this game. It turns out that you as the player are this world's god, in a way, and every now and then you will actually have the cat child that you are controlling sort of talk to you. Apparently you're the reason they're there, and you're there to guide them in their mission to journey across the world and to get the sun into its rightful place. But, as the game's title says, you literally only have one shot. This game saves regularly for every little thing that you do, so basically any progress you make, you can't reverse, so you need to make your decisions and make sure that you are absolutely sure the decisions you are making as you progress. Now, to progress, this game, as I say, is point and click, and there's a whole bunch of puzzles for you to solve, for you to progress beyond the places that you are now. You start off in a zone which is kind of factory-like. It's full of old abandoned factories and broken down robots, one or two who are still working and one who is a lot more sentient than the rest of them. But it's through one of these robots, not the sentient one, that you actually learn about the entire mission, the legend that dictates that somebody will come and bring a new sun, and indeed the fact that you as the player have a part to play in this game as a god. I mean, previously before this, you do also get a little nod to this, that the game does talk to you and pops up a little bubble to say you only have one shot, and then the first name of whatever your Steam name is. Mine is Predicted Cyborg, so it said you have one shot predicted. But later on during the game, when you meet this robot who tells you about the legend and about the fact that you as the player are kind of the god, you actually get a chance to change that, which I was rather fond of because I might go by Predicted Cyborg, but I prefer people to call me Cyborg or Cy. Predicted is a little bit of a strange thing for people to call me, so I prefer having the cat child and everybody in the game refer to me as Cy rather than Predicted. The game world itself is very detailed and very well done. It's kind of done in a sort of 2D pixel art style, but there's a lot of depth to it, and there's an awful lot of things for you to click on and to read and to explore with your little cat child friend. Now, I recommend you have a look at as many things as possible. Click on everything, read everything you can, because especially during the first zone, the things that you read you will find out will actually come to help you later. Have a good look around, explore everything, and you might find clues to continue on with whatever the heck you're doing at that point, or maybe if you've come across a location before and you happen to stumble upon a key that will let you go further in that zone, then you know exactly where you need to go, because especially during the first zone, which is majority of what I have looked through, it's kind of big, and you've got to walk quite a bit, so if you know where everything is and you know where you're going, then you are going to get through this game a lot easier. Obviously, I think you can tell from the sound of what I've been saying, this game has quite the story, and you know how much I love story-driven games. This one has captured me, and I would love to know what is going to happen in the end. I haven't quite got to the end of the game, but as I say, this game is one shot, one chance, one opportunity. So basically, I really don't want to mess it up, and reading everything and keeping everything in mind is probably going to help you continue on with the story and get it to a satisfactory ending, hopefully. So as always, we have to ask the question, how do I find this as a game? this game is a good one. I like this game. This game has a good story, it has very good controls, it has a very simple concept to it. You know, you've got this story, it's point and click, solve some puzzles, open up pathways, continue on to advance through the world, because ultimately during the first factory world, your ultimate goal is to revive a robot which is manning a boat. Apparently a lot of these robots rode a whole bunch of the former inhabitants of the factories before they were all evacuated, except for a few robots, over to the next shore where you need to go, and only one of them remains. But not only is he offline, he's also rusted, and etc, etc, etc. So, you know, you need to be able to reactivate him, and then get him working again, and so on and so forth. And as I said, you need to be able to make sure that you've explored everywhere and read everything, because some of those things will give you little hints on how to do this. I also enjoy the fact that this game makes you feel involved. I play a lot of games as a reviewer here at the station, but this is the first one that actually literally has the characters talking to me. Undertale also kind of has that vibe going on, but this game really has made me feel involved. Like, I'm not just a player, I'm literally overseeing this cat child's journey, his little onward path towards hopefully becoming this world's saviour by delivering to them their new son, which is this lightbulb which is actually fairly big, and he can only sort of barely fit into his own little paws. The characters seem pretty well done as well, although I haven't really met too many of them yet to know their stories, but there's definitely stories there to be had, and a lot of the people of this world seem very sad, for good reason, and, you know, you just kind of really want to get to the end and cheer them up. The child that you are leading around is optimistic about getting everything done, and obviously is affected by the sadness of everyone around, but you know, you're with him, he's with you, and together you can hopefully make a difference in this world. I mean, literally the only thing I could probably complain about is that I generally don't like games that are kind of dull and depressing in a way. I mean, this one unfortunately does have that vibe, but again, it's totally understandable why, and that is more my personal preference than any big niggle about the game, and that tells you something when I have to sort of pick on something that is very small and is only my personal preference as opposed to an actual fault with the game. As a warning though, when this game says one shot to do everything, they really do mean one shot. This is one of those games that sticks to your hard drive. I uninstalled and reinstalled it quite a few times before coming to record this, because literally I've already played through the entire first area and I can't actually get back to it to record it, which is why I'm showing you still screens of that area in this video as opposed to actual gameplay footage, because I literally cannot get back to it because the game is stuck to my hard drive and I can't get back. One shot, one opportunity, that's what this game is about. Overall, I'd say if you enjoy point and click games that have puzzles and good story and adventures and games like Undertale, for example, if you enjoyed Undertale, you're probably going to enjoy this one, so I really would recommend you go get it. It is very highly rated on Steam, and for good reason. And so that does it for another indie game review here on the Sanitarium.FM. I am the Addicted Cyborg and have been reviewing OneShot. If you want to see more of these, remember, watch our YouTube channel for more news reviews and more of the same. Join us on our website at www.Sanitarium.FM if you want to see a whole bunch of radio shows and articles, and join us on our Discord if you just want to have a chat. Reminder, we are doing a Warhammer month for the entire month of April this year. Once again, I have been the Addicted Cyborg, this has been an indie game review, and I will see you for the next one.